sending off 3 seniors tonight here at Arizona, going up against Melvin Council Jr. 2 New York State guys playing for 139-24 in his career after a loss, and they lost Arizona on Saturday.
Yeah, certainly back that up.
Here's Tiller inside, ball stripped out of his hands, and that ball is going to stay. Arizona State team dangerous because they've been good at home. Much better at home than anywhere else. Oh, and a bank is open late. Masab. Here's Odom, shot clock down to 10. On a bounce, chop from the free throw line. How about 5 straight for
their defense to get them in transition?
Dragovich dumps it down low on the baseline, finding Chop inside, and Chop. These 2 guys of the 2 in the post. Council, his pass tipped to Badunga. Badunga down low, no. And that's what we'll see the most of the time with him, a majority 3-point shooter. Council trying to penetrate, kick out to Peterson for 3. It rims out to Truitt.
Is going to come out and try to contest those shots. If Truitt wants to take them, Bill Self is more than willing to allow that.
Badunga with the kick out and the 3 for the line everywhere he's been. His shot has been better this year. Tough shot for Jopp. Rebound somehow secured inside. Odom with the takeaway from White. Here's Odom, step in 3. That's off. Rebound, offensive board.
Second half against Houston, Kansas defensively was a buzzsaw.
They were elite in that half. Gribovich, that 3.
Arizona State, they turned over Christian Anderson at Texas Tech 7 times in this game, in this building. So they're very capable of being disruptive here. And uber aggressive. Get ready for Pig Johnson to attack the rim.
Alan McCabe, who's been battling injury, able to go in to shoot for Odom. Got in a mismatch, tried to tip it over to the other side, ends up with Pig Johnson. 9 to shoot, Johnson on the drive. Badunga changed that.
Really got into the ball, much better from KU.
Here's White, shot fake, got free, and that 2 will drop for Trey White. Around today say, well, you know, Mo Odom's from the Bronx. That's really New York, not Rochester, not Rochester. Another 3, tried and hit.
Especially for Badunga rolling to the basket.
Pig Johnson to McCabe, extra pass inside. Jopp turns with the hook, and it's 1 more for Jopp. He's a good free throw shooter, 72%. This 7-1 for
better and better.
Council against Jopp. Holds his own against the guard, but there's Badunga inside. Everything. KU just 3 of 14 from the floor. Council trying to change it. He's off the mark. Loose ball and a tie-up, possession arrow. And when you ask him about the record, it's the usual, well, you know, records are made to be broken. Truitt off the timeout.
But Kansas just has got to find some rhythm on this end of the floor. They've turned the ball over quite a bit.
The find in the corner, McDowell with the 3. Breaks this to get Jamari McDowell in the scoring column on the road. He'll dump it down this time. Good find inside and good work down low by Bryson Tiller. Momentum, depending on what Ford does at the line here.
The guard-oriented 5-man unit out there. Ready to roll.
3 for 3. He's an outstanding free throw shooter. In his career, 85% at the line.
To shoot the 3 consistently.
Fading away. That won't go. Good offensive rebound inside. Everything but the bucket for Tiller. And it's we've actually played it pretty well. And Johnson lost it. Poked out of his hands. And Kansas gets the turnover. Here's Peterson on the run. The jump.
Cole Rosario can really fly.
Odom, deep 3. That'll splat
the gas and get more aggressive on this end and offensively. Kansas is at its best when he's aggressive.
Oh, what a find. Odom.
Just say, all right, here's the ball, go make it happen. But you got to find a way to balance the aggression with making sure that he gets touches.
Oh, nice play by Rosario. What a spin to the rim. Badunga there trying to follow. It's punched out by Truitt. Another chance for Council in the corner. And that 3 airballed and out of bounds.
Be challenging for him.
Badunga lost the basketball. How?
Great help from Trey White. Saved a layup on the throw over.
Here's Peterson looking for his first points. Can't find him there. And the foul underneath. Shots from the floor. least 2 of those from point-blank range. Odom, contested 3. He wanted to draw a foul, didn't get it, and there's a whistle.
Coming for the 2 technical fouls on Bill Self. Those count as team fouls, by the way. And then there's a foul on team foul number is starting to rack up, but holy smokes. What a turn of events here in what this feels like without Bill Self, but nevertheless, a Hall of Famer.
Beat. A bigger picture here.
Yes.
For Kansas.
I'm going to fight for you, literally and figuratively.
What a find. McCabe challenged at the rim.
100 assists in his career.
And it's not a bad plan based on the percentages to foul. Rosario, Badunga trying to dislodge Jop. Cannot do it, and Jop bats it around. Ends up with Badunga. Oh! And for offense, only 16 points with 4.5 to go first half. Hands again, and a turnover. McCabe backing down, and a turnover. Peterson in the open floor, chugging to the other end. Peterson fouled by 4 this year with coaches who scouted a guy that they ended up then recruiting in the portal because Odom, 10 to shoot. He'll launch a deep 3, and he'll splash it down. Who can provide a spark for the 14th ranked Jayhawks, and that's a travel. Council got... They've missed their last 9 shots from the floor. Odom looking again. Finds it again. Badunga, ball tipped away by Odom. He's able to get it back and takes it up for just his left in the half, but still an opportunity for ASU to expand their lead, and Odom hits the front end.
How good has Mo Odom?
It's point. Odom, and a travel. Turnover, number 8.
Little conversation, but this is...
Jock Vaughn not ejected, by the way. That was just the first technical on Jock Vaughn. So he's out the first half for Kansas. Council, that's blocked. Ford with a rebound and a foul on Melvin Council. Over the last 3 minutes and 17 seconds. And a timeout, the user kicking it around. Back it goes to White. His 3 won't go. And halftime arrives in Tempe, Arizona. Here's Badunga trying to get things rolling. Badunga got Truitt in the air and able to bank that one home, plus a foul. And a couple from range in that first half. He'll try to take Badunga to the hole. Inside, ball got free to Truitt. Follows his own miss.
Badunga's game right there.
Odom lobbing, chop. Couldn't corral it, and he throws it back to Council. Houston. Odom, step in for 3. And the rebound to the floor. White will drop it down. In the post, it's Tiller having trouble handling the ball. It's poked out of bounds, 13 to...
Figured on senior night, they'd grant that wish.
Oh, they've already used 1, though, so they wouldn't have another one.
That's right.
Council to lean in for 2. Mayusin will launch the triple. Offensive rebound, Truitt puts it on the deck, left it short, and the rebound, White. Rebound snared by Badunga. Good find, White filling it up. Gets his own miss and puts it back in. Here comes Kansas for him at halftime. He's out of this game, but he's not out of the locker room. Here's Council on the move, end to end. Badunga with the catch and the fifth.
That is Melvin Council remaining aggressive.
Pig Johnson enters it inside. Truitt, good position down low. Rolls to the rim, couldn't get it to go. Down to Truitt. Right into him is Tiller. Blue all around him, and Truitt just had to throw it at the rim. White, step in 3. Oh, he snaps that twine. 11-0 run, swinging the pressure underneath. It's Truitt, had it poked free. Truitt stays with it. Hook shot short, Badunga.
Nothing.
No.
They're just playing harder. And it's amazing how oftentimes, especially this stage of the season.
Shoes shining a little brighter in this second half. As Council goes to work around the Tiller screen, jumps it into the corner. The triple snaps. 19:58 mark of the second half. Jop stops. No good. Jop leaning in through contact. No on the shot. Back tap out to Jop. He'll go back to work. Doubled in the post. Count the bucket and the foul. Halfway down, that pinball out. Can tell he's feeling a little bit now, though.
That's how I'm feeling a shot.
Pig Johnson inside. Good take. He's at this NAIA school He's on an obscure website. His clips are there. And Arizona, he didn't ask for a bunch of NIL money. He didn't ask for this. He didn't ask for that. He asked for an opportunity. Here's Peterson. Peterson inside, leaning in to get the contact against Jock.
Sometimes the free throw line is a good place to see two go down, and now you're feeling a little bit better about yourself. That's the
Odom to Jock. Little pick and roll action, and Jock can't get the roll. Now it's good. Taken away. Marco Jackson on the push to the rim. Oh my! Jock said no. Peterson will go to the line. Just missed his first free throw of the night. And able to get the roll for the second. He'll leave to McCabe. McCabe with 10 to shoot, trying to back down Badunga, playing with 3 fouls. McCabe in some trouble, just threw that one a second half. Oh, Marco Jackson telegraphed that, threw it away. McCabe with a steal, and then a foul, a hard foul. He was going up.
Boy, what an intense captured momentum. Maybe this flagrant free throws.
Odom. Here's Johnson, 12 to shoot. Odom, the triple, up and down. Baseline is Jackson, and he throws it away. Ford on the push to the other end against Council. No, the follow won't go, and Kansas dodged well on ASU. Get a touch in the paint, out for a 3 from White. Good reset by Trey White.
That was a good sequence there, and back to the free throw line goes Darren Peterson.
Pushed, weaving end to end. The trail is Tiller. Wanted the hammer, and it caroms off to White. He'll lob it back to Tiller.
Yes, this kid is going to be a star.
Peterson off on that 3. You saw it off the hand. Rebound inside by Tiller. Here's Johnson against Peterson. Driving on Peterson. Lost the ball out of bounds on defense by Peterson. Here's Peterson on the offensive end. Splits 2 defenders. The no-look to Badunga for the hammer.
Woo-wee! Has taken the intensity up a notch on this end.
Odom with the triple. You said it was Mo time. Tiller. Lob to Badunga. He was being held up on his way. Badunga at the line. 0 for 1 tonight. He's got a double-double. Fitness-wise, with Darren Peterson on the floor. It's one of the better Flory Badunga games with Peterson out there for extended minutes. Mayusin in traffic. Back out now to Tiller. 4 to shoot and a foul against Odom. Here's Peterson defending and an offensive foul. That's his 4. Since 3 won't go. That shot clock was winding. Council now on the push, trying to beat everybody down the floor. Council all the way to the rim for 2. Closer to 4 to play. Odom around the screen. Deep 3 won't go. Deep rebound. Council looking to put. He wants him back in the paint. Mayusin now with 6 to shoot. Johnson gonna have to launch the 3. Big Odom with the steal. Looking with numbers. Odom flips it. Johnson finger roll. Fake steps left for 3. Short. Rebound ends up with White. That shot won't go, and it's out of bounds.
Pick, you got to go make something happen here in crunch time.
Odom, he'll try to make something happen. Baseline jumper, no, but an offensive rebound. Inside, it's Truitt. There.
Thing over.
Odom, turning the corner off the Dunga. The floater, no. The tip won't go. Inside, push the other way for KU. Council to Peterson for 3. Off the heel. Rebound, out of bounds. Last Council with 12 to shoot. Here's Peterson on the drive, and he stepped out of bounds. Grease board. Little pressure applied. Arizona State breaks that pressure. Now they're going to try to burn some clock, or are they? To the rim for 2 more.
Low. Have really played hard.
Houston good on the first. 1 more to go. It's contract. The expectation is that he may not, with only 1 timeout remaining. White steps into a 3, banks it home. And taken away by Peterson to the rim. Oh! What a challenge. He stays with it. Big John. First round if he's not number 1 overall. And now Big Johnson at the line with the free throw season. And ending on a high note for a guy who just wanted a chance. The Arizona State Sun Devils shocked the Big 12 with a 7.